and
Hi,
welcome.
mate, how you going? You all right? Off to the Wembley Stadium, are you?
I'm off to Wembley Stadium.
See that AEWF
in.
AEWF All In WrestleMania, is it? Oh,
You know your stuff, Mr. Taxi Driver. But of course,
Certainly do.
it is Fraser and Taxi Driver Tom for AEW All In predictions. It is 80,000 people packed inside Wembley Stadium, but the most important place to be is right here on youtube.com/Cultaholic as I put the Cultaholic AEW Predictions Championship on the line. Are you feeling confident, Taxi Tom?
do you know what? Feeling good about it. Do you know what a cool weekend for wrestling in general. Like it feels like a Mania weekend. It feels like a wrestling Christmas.
It does,
It's
right?
a really good energy about it, and it all ends on the Sunday at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 people. So what a card as well. Eventually, we got a really busted card.
We did, yeah. For a while it felt a little bit like they didn't know it was happening, but we have a full list of matches that we're about to run through and give you our predictions. Tom, shall we jump right into it?
Let's do it. On the pre-show, the ROH Tag Team titles are on the line. Aussie Open defending against Better Than You, baby. Who you got and why?
I think it's Adam Cole and MJF. I think Better Than You, baby, is walking out with those Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. I thought they could have maybe done it on Collision a few weeks ago with the AEW tag belts. I think that maybe having them go in at the main event as co-tag team champions, it adds a new dynamic. It means that we're going, oh, are they going to be around here a little bit longer? I feel it would kind of suck for Aussie Open because, you know, they're one of the best tag teams in the business. But Better Than You, baby, is on an absolute roll, going to the main event as tag team champions, and it just adds a little bit more stakes to it. What do you think?
I feel that Aussie Open actually leave with their belts. I think adding another dimension to the main event is what this is all about. You are on the money, honey. But I think there will be a miscalculation, a malfunction at the junction that leads to Adam Cole and MJF's title dreams being shattered, and it will play in to the last match of the night at Wembley.
Next up on the show is the Real World Titles match, and I'm not talking about this one right here, but it's CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. It is a big, big match. One that is kind of a dream match for a lot of people. Who are you dreaming is going to win?
Well, I'm dreaming that Samoa Joe does that, where he just walks away. That'd be lovely.
Classic Samoa Joe staple.
And that at Wembley will get one of the loudest reactions of the night. Yeah. I think it's Punk. I think there's a story to be told with Punk as the real world's champion that I don't think ends with losing the belt to Joe. Let him roll back the years at Wembley, but let's leave the belt on Punk's shoulder. Who you got and why?
I also think CM Punk because, well, the answer is he's CM Punk. I feel like in Wembley he'll want to have a big win, and also the fact that Samoa Joe's been kind of getting the better of him the past few weeks, aside from last week's Collision where he was dressed in all conquistador, you know, the golden
vampire,
golden vampire gear, and hits the GTS. I think having Punk win here allows a little nice cap on that storyline, and just, you know, we can do more with Punk and Joe in the long haul, but I think Punk's getting the first one in Wembley.
Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita take on the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Kota Ibushi. Who you got and why?
It's the Golden Elite because it's all elite wrestling, and well, they're the elite. They're the literal golden E in the middle of the A and the W, and I think it makes sense to have them win here. You allow them to have a big six-man victory over Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita, and then you can go into Kenny Omega versus Takeshita, where Kenny's feeling a bit confident. Although at the same time, I could see them maybe do it on the flip side, Takeshita getting that little bit of victory, a little bit of confidence over Kenny. But it's, again, Wembley Stadium, it's the elite, it's their victory.
I think Takeshita gets the win if they go one-on-one and all out, but in order to add to that, we are going to see the Golden Elite get a big dub on the biggest stage of them all, I think. And we get to see more of Kota Ibushi. I don't really think we got to truly see what's great about Ibushi at Blood and Guts. We will at Wembley.
Hey. And then next up is the Trios titles being defended by the House of Black against the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. My boys, the Acclaimed. I've been a big fan of the Acclaimed for so long, and finally getting a big shot at the Trios titles. Who do you think's going to win, though?
Now, I think this is the time where we see the Acclaimed dethrone the House of Black. I think it has to happen. They've had a couple of bumps from them. Billy Gunn retired very briefly. Yep. He's come back because he hurt his kids. He called them his kids, bless him. I feel like you get a nice feel-good win at Wembley with the Acclaimed and badass Billy Gunn, not daddy ass, taking the belts from the House of Black. Who you got and why?
Similarly, I'm thinking the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. It just feels right. It gives them a big moment. The Acclaimed, I will always back the Acclaimed. They're one of my favourite tag teams. And having Billy Gunn in there, he had that mini retirement where it looked like, right, okay, this was truly too much for him. House of Black was too much for him. Having him return, put those boots back on, and have the win. It's just a really nice feel-good story. And I think it gives them a nice little trios title run before Billy gets his big retirement, which he really deserves. He's had one fantastic... And he's old, and he's still going really well in the ring.
In front of 80k, there's no need to be spiteful. Give Billy Gunn another tag team title.
Yeah.
The Women's Championship on the line. Who will be the Queen of Wembley? Hikaru Shida puts it up against Toni Storm, Dr. Britt Baker, and Saraya. Who you got and why?
Not only is it her house, literally quite now, it's Wembley Stadium, it's her house, it's going to be her title belt very, very soon. I think it's Saraya. I think in England, it makes sense. There's not many Brits on the card. Give the Brit a win. And I think Saraya, it adds a little wrinkle into the story between her, Toni Storm, and Ruby Soho. Having her with the belt, I think you'll see some little backstabbing, a little, you know, the Outcasts have been on top for quite a long time. Saraya with the belt, we'll put that in doubt a little bit.
See, no doubt Saraya will get the big reaction at Wembley. I don't think she's leaving with a big belt, though. I think Hikaru Shida is going to leave Wembley still the Women's Championship. I think we'll have something in there that will cast some doubt on the relationship between Toni Storm and Saraya, but I certainly don't think that she wins a belt here. I think there is a Brit win coming.
Okay.
There is a Brit win coming,
okay,
but it ain't in your house. Sorry, Saraya.
The next match is the FTW Championship. It is, of course, Jack Perry versus Hook. It's a big match that's been made quite recently. Who's winning?
Yeah, so spoilers, this will be made on Collision. Just putting that out into the world. That's what it is. I think Hook takes the belt here. I think that I've enjoyed Jack Perry as FTW champion. I think we've finally started to see some wrinkles of a great heel in Jack Perry. Lovely opportunity here to see Hook win the belt back, and I'd love to see Taz whack the Taz mission on Jack Perry at some point in this.
As much as I'd love to see that, I feel Jack Perry's going to keep the belt here, get the win.
You swap.
They've been trying to build him up they build him up over the past few weeks as a heel, and he's got this new character that it seems to be working quite well. I like him teasing that he's going to retire the FTW Championship in the past few weeks, and that's what he's kind of been doing. I think he beats Hook here. I think we're getting a surprise. I think it's like Hook isn't quite ready to come back. The Rocky story. We're going to get the Rocky story. Hook comes back, doesn't quite get the job done. Jack Perry capitalizes on Taz getting involved somehow. I don't know, but Jack Perry's winning.
Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. I think we're also getting a Fozzy concert just before that as well.
Yes!
How lucky are we? Who you got and why?
It's got to be Will Ospreay for me. I think Jericho's big win is getting to say that Fozzy played in front of 80,000 people and sold out Wembley.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a lot on their posters. Played to a sold out Wembley. I think it's going to be Will Ospreay. Having him stay strong going into the later months of the year for New Japan is probably going to be what's happening here. I think Jericho doesn't need the win. Jericho is a veteran. Jericho is a legend. Having him just in the match with Ospreay is enough, to go, oh, look, he can still go. He can still do his thing. He's amazing. Ospreay's the best in the world right now, arguably. I think he wins.
I'm actually with you. I think this is going to be a massive weekend for Will Ospreay. He faces Shingo Takagi the night before at Rev Pro, and then goes, that's the indie he was talking about on Dynamite in that phenomenal promo that he cut that pretty much sold me on Will Ospreay winning this match. It's Ospreay. I think there's so much upside in having Ospreay beat Chris Jericho on this particular stage. We're going to have a big Brit win, as I promised.
Yep.
And it's this one. It's got to go Big Willie style at Wembley.
Then we have the Coffin Match between Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve and Christian Cage. Oh, that's how he Swerve. What do you think is going to happen?
Trust Christian Cage to get involved in the storyline, which may end with somebody in a coffin.
Yeah.
On brand for Christian Cage. But I think this is the night where the good guys win. Although AR Fox has been swapped out for Christian Cage, I think this is just a showcase for Sting and Darby Allin to put some people in some wooden boxes in front of Wembley. I don't know what more to say to that one. I think this is Sting and Darbs.
Fully in agreement, and I think Sting might just try and jump off the Wembley Arch or something into a coffin. It's absolutely crazy that we're still seeing Sting wrestle in his mid-60s. He's going to wrestle in front of a sold-out Wembley. Him and Christian Cage in there, they're having a fantastic run. I think Sting and Darby, I think it just makes sense because I don't think he's winning the TNT title a week later at All Out, but we'll get to that next week.
The Stadium Stampede, Eddie Kingston, Penta, Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Blackpool Combat Club, Santana, Ortiz, Bon. Who you got and why?
It's a big match. Stadium Stampede, we're not sure quite how it's going to go down. I'm thinking Anarchy in the arena, but in a stadium. And I'm thinking Blackpool Combat Club because they've got the history in the match. They've won a match before. You know, they've got a lot of this behind them for the Anarchy stuff and the chaotic matches. As much as I'd like to see Kingston win, the fact that we're missing Ray Phoenix on that side, whereas the Blackpool Combat Club is seemingly quite united and Santana Ortiz are back together. I think they get the win. I think it just gives them a bit more of that heelish edge. Going forward, they took away Eddie Kingston's big moment in Wembley. What do you think?
Well, I think with Phoenix getting quite literally crowbarred out of this match on Dynamite, I think this is where Eddie Kingston and the lads get the win back. I think this is going to be a big dollop of wrestling bollocks, and I'm here for it. I want them fighting in a double-decker bus. I want Jack Grealish shooting a football into the face of Ortiz.
Put in the back of your taxi.
Oh, back in the go, jump in, lads. I'll drop you off. Nice taxi. I think there's going to be a lot of nonsense, rubbish in the best possible way in this one. And I think Eddie Kingston, and in tribute to Terry Flippin' Funk, just rips it up and leaves indelible memories that last at Wembley forever.
Next up is the AEW Tag Team title match, seeing FTR versus the Young Bucks. Now, this is a big tag team match, potentially the biggest tag team match that we could have on the show. It's their third match, the rubber match. Who do you think's winning the series?
Well, they're stealing the show quite easily, I think, these guys. Had recent events not transpired?
Yeah.
I might have put this at FTR, but I feel like whilst they get a little bit of real-life admin sorted, we might see the Young Bucks take the belts once again after a blinded match. I think Bucks win the belts. Who's to say we don't? There's no rules to say we can't get FTR Bucks 4.
True, that is very true, especially if this one, maybe if they're going, well, there were some real life stipulations that maybe influenced the result, but I think it's going to be the Bucks. I think, as you said, I agree with all of your thoughts there. It's the Elite again. It's my same reasoning for the Golden Elite earlier in the night. I think it's the Elite. It's their show. Having them win in Wembley is a massive thing. And I think, it's time to get the belts off FTR, get them back on the Young Bucks, have a different style of wrestling, get them away from Collision and sort of freshen up Collision a bit if they don't have the tag title. See what they do.
And in the main event, it's not a match, it's the match. MJF defends the AEW World Heavyweight title against Adam Cole, baby. Who you got and why?
It's Adam Cole, baby. I'm feeling like this is the night. This is the night MJF loses that belt. Adam Cole walks away with it. It's been one of the most exciting, one of the most entertaining storylines that AEW has done. I think for this year, certainly, it's the best. Having them form this unlikely tag team, seeing them come together, and MJF actually becoming nice, having
really
a friend,
nice.
Having a friend at least. I think the biggest thing here will be Adam Cole beating MJF, and after the match, having MJF hug Adam Cole and allowing Adam Cole to have his big moment in Wembley, because I don't think any turn is happening here. I think it's happening elsewhere. I think that's what's happening. Adam Cole for the win.
Now, I've been quite strategic in the sense that a lot of my predictions are feel-good babyface wins.
Yes.
Because I think MJF's retaining the title in the main event. I think right as you said, there'll be a hug, and then Adam Cole is going to beat the crap out of MJF in really horrible, uncomfortable fashion.
And that's the last one.
to end the night at Wembley. I think, because for a long time I thought, we're just waiting for MJF to go.
Yeah.
Waiting for MJF to go. But ever since that hug with the
dagger in the back.
The dagger, I've been going, I think this is where it's going. And I think we have MJF win the belt here. I've retained the belt here. I think Adam Cole does the thing, and then we can readdress it at All Out.
That's the thing. All Out is just a week later, and I've been saying since this storyline started, I think Adam Cole is the one to turn. He has been keeping that character kind of heelish. He's not changed his character. We just go, oh, he had a neck injury. We cheer him now. I think he turns a week later.
Oh.
But yeah,
there you go.
Big night at Wembley. You can join us, youtube.com/cultaholic/live on Sunday night. We're going early in the night. It's going to be 5 o'clock. We'll be live on YouTube. We've got a lot of content coming out this weekend. We'll have What Happened At live outside Wembley with Jack the Jobber. So go and find him. Go and find Jack. We'll have WTF moments. We'll have all the news. We'll have all the stuff on the channel. We've of course got pitches live just now, so go and watch that. Tom, would you like to plug anything?
I'd like to plug that I'm winning that on Sunday.
It's not happening. This is going to come home with me like it has every single predictions contest.
Well, if you need to
hands on it this time.
Well, if you're going home, do you want to book a taxi before you go? All right, mate. I could have been a WWF wrestler. It's Sting fighting. He's got to be about 80. Is he fighting Yokozuna? Love you, bye.
See you on Sunday.